Season number 18, where we believe everything is possible in this extraordinary league. And how excited are we to get the two biggest rivals, two of the most successful teams when it comes to the history of this league in 18 years, to face off tonight at Unbuden, the home of the Chennai Super Kings, five-time champions, 70% win percentage here. In fact, this is a very, very yellow corner. All of you champions for Chennai Super Kings, icons for Chennai Super Kings. No one in the Mumbai Indians corner here. Raidu, wait, how many titles did you win with Mumbai? 3, right? Yeah. So more than CSK?
No, it's the same.
Oh, okay, no, I think we need to convince.
No.
I think water doesn't want you. Come on. All right, there we go. We've got one Mumbai Indian.
This is
CSK boys here. So let's begin with Raidu. All alone in Mumbai's corner, knowing very well, Raidu, that Mumbai have not had the best record against CSK in the recent past when they entered the Unbuden. How did they turn it around today?
I think it will be very difficult for MI, especially because they're missing Hardik Pandya and Jasprit Bumrah. But they have a very solid side, and two CSK boys have gone over to MI this season, Deepak and Santer, who know the conditions well. So they know the conditions well. They have a team that can trouble CSK, but I don't really see them defeating CSK. But there's a good chance.
Did we bring them here to speak on behalf of Mumbai Indians? It's like you're doing both jobs. I understand that. Monk, how exciting is it to see the reunion of Ash and Jaddu? What will that mean to the fans over here? Can they be the X Factor, any other X Factor you have today?
It's huge, Mayanti, because see, homecoming for Ashwin, and Ashwin has been a great cricketer for Indian team, and
It's for every season. We call in for Thala for a reason, but I think Thala for every season. He's been rock for the CSK. He's a great role model for the cricketer. Rituraj has been leading the team really well. But look, when he comes today, you're gonna see a lot of whistle polo army gonna whistle for him.
It's going to be really loud. Watto against Mumbai Indians in the past, you've enjoyed some personal rivalries. We've seen it wearing different shirts. But when you wore that shirt, I know, he was the culprit.
Yes.
When you wore that yellow shirt, you saw this Lion Cub, Ruturaj Gaikwad, generation bold as captains. Again, eyes on him. Can he get them towards the playoffs, if not further this season? A little bit of advice for him as he begins against the toughest rivals.
Oh, absolutely. And last year was a really good test for him as a leader and then as a batter, to be able to combine the two. And he showed that he could do that very well. And he's only going to get better from his experience of captaining last season, to know how to be able to around him as well, to be able to then get the best out of him as a captain as well, and him to be able to really trust his instincts on the field. So in my eyes, he's only going to get better. But the battle that I'm looking forward to is between him and Trent Boult. Trent Boult has had his number a few times.
Those intense moments, I think Raidu deserves to go back with his brothers in yellow arms, because that just seems that it will be right here as we get set for the biggest rivalry that we've seen in 18 years of the history of this league here at Unbuden. Let's find out what the top stories are. Let your true emotions come out. I understand what it means. The stakes are so high in this rivalry. Two of the most iconic captains who've not just lifted the trophies here when it comes to the IPL, but for India as well. But they're not captains anymore. They're icons. They're lead batters, with Rohit Sharma and MSD leading their own respective charge when it becomes being trendsetters, the gold generation in play. He had over 160 runs. He had a strike rate of over 200 with Shane Watson and the son of the soil, Chika.
I can't hear anything. Sorry, just have to tell me. I can't hear anything.
Chika, 3 letters. MSD.
Sorry?
3 letters. MSD.
MSD. See, I made it last week. I messed it last week.
में अपने सपनों का घर लेना हो गया और भी आसान, क्योंकि डैन्यूब है ना। बिल्कुल।
मेरा वोल्टा स्मार्ट एयर एसी, ये सुपर साइलेंट चलता और इसका स्लीप मोड बॉडी के नीड के अकॉर्डिंग रूम ठंडा रखता। सो स्मार्ट, शोर कम, काम ज्यादा।
By Murli Vijay and Shane Watson here, both of them, you can feel the love for the Chennai boys. But let's talk about Mumbai Indians over here specifically, and also even being utilized in the power play. Ashwin, just want to ask you about the utilization of Ravichandran Ashwin today, back at the Chepauk after 9 years. How would you use him?
Ashwin is going to be an important member for CSK because he has a lot of experience and he can calm the dressing room because the bowling unit has going to win the tournament for us. So definitely Ashwin's impact is going to be huge on this tournament, especially. I predict Mumbai Indians can score in this wicket if they bat first, but CSK would try to take those initial wickets, and there's going to be a lot of bowling changes from CSK. It's going to be interesting how Ruturaj Gaikwad changes his bowlers in the top 6 overs, so it's going to be crucial.
Something in the past that's always put pressure against Rohit, and it's been discussed heavily, is of course the threat of left-arm pace. But he's negotiated that threat in the last couple of years, especially in international cricket.
Yeah, he certainly has, for sure, and it's something that he's been working very hard on and been able to really execute very, very well. So, look, it's just going to be incredible to see exactly how things start here. The Mumbai Indians, they haven't played that well against CSK the last 3 games. They've lost every game. So, Chennai Super Kings are going to know that.
That is a perceived manner of dismissal for you. You're not at the Chepauk batting first. What will your game plan be against that variety of bowling?
Rohit Sharma, when he's at his best, he's taken the bowlers on. But the challenge that he's facing with Khalil Ahmed in particular is he swings the ball both ways. So he's going to be doing that tonight for sure, especially batting first on this pitch. The first 6 overs is going to play a critical role. He'll be able to really try and get their team off to a good start, knowing that middle overs could get a little bit testy. So the power play is going to be something that Rohit Sharma's going to take on.
How intimidating is this? How intimidating is this atmosphere for oppositions? Monk, you played a part in intimidating oppositions. Just the aura of it as well.
Where you don't know exactly how it's going to play. Is it going to hold a little bit? Is it going to swing? Is it going to skip through? So for Rickleton and Will Jaggs, this is going to be a huge challenge. First game of IPL for their new friend.
That's a good point that Watto brought up, because as CSK is concerned, Ruturaj has quite a few options to use in the power. A yellow of Chennai Super King, former CSK man. In fact, one of the IPL greats, Shane Watson, I can say that. We have some very fond memories of you playing the IPL, and I have a feeling that the CSK fans would have very fond memories of this first innings, because they completely pinned back Mumbai Indians with their bowling.
He does when he's at his very best. He's got incredible technical skill, his ability to be able to see the ball move and then hit the ball. So there's no doubt Ratchet will take Trent Bolt on. Ruturaj, I think he'll probably be a little bit more circumspect to be able to try and get through those first 3 or 4 overs while the ball is swinging.
In that small little moment, because Mumbai also came away with a youngster, Vignesh Putra, to see MS Dhoni just putting the hand on the shoulder, consoling him, saying sometimes matches and results are more about the moments that you capture. Shane Watson understands that incredibly well. Yes, we'll talk about Generation Bold, but what about Generation Gold? Experienced players stepping up. You go back to...
Be able to get CSK across the line will give him a lot of confidence.
Well, I mean, Generation Bold, Ruturaj Gaikwad leading from the front. In the build-up to this tournament, Watto spoke about having a young, uncapped 43-year-old wicket-keeper to be able to be depend on. And in 0.12 seconds, you saw just why he's an absolute legend.
Campa, Fizzy.
The crowd, and we have the one who finished it off, Rachin Ravindra, standing beside us. Rachin, I've got to ask you, non-striker's end is one of the greatest finishers of all time. You finish off the mat and literally, more than the celebration, go down and have a conversation with him. What was that conversation?
Yeah, it's definitely quite cool. I mean, the beauty of playing this franchise tournament is you get to play with legends of the game, and it was the first time I batted with Mahi, and I mean, the crowd noise when he came out to bat. It was unfortunate when Jaddu got out, the crowd noise when he did, and I think a lot of the fans would have preferred him to score the winning runs, but that's okay. I mean,
produce in the coming matches. You've got 2 great openers standing beside you on this side as well. One of them is Watto. You've passed on the baton of CSK openers to now another CSK opener.
Yeah, how was it like batting out there tonight? It looked like it took a little bit of time to really find your timing, but how did you assess the pitch to be able to battle on that second innings?
Yeah, I think it was okay. It was like, it was holding a wee bit. It wasn't skidding on as we thought as it would in the second innings. Bit of wind meant there was not as much dew. It helped that Rutu batted so well at start, so I could just sort of go on about my business, assess the wicket. Yeah, we lost wickets in little periods, but I mean, we know we've got the power at the back end, and we can take down overs if we need to. And we know we talked about me and Jaddu get on off stump, try cover that.
CSK in terms of starting this. First up, Mumbai Indians. Next up, RCB. A couple of you, the youngsters, the next generation under the guise of Ruturaj. You saw what Noor did today as well. How do you approach these legacy rivalries that are into their 18th year? I mean, how do you take it in terms of expectations and reactions?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, you know, every game's got expectation on it, and I know it's classic cliche, but every game's the same. You know, you're just trying to take it step by step, and no matter if you're playing Mumbai, RCB, and you know, there's 14 games. Every step of the way, every win is important to add to the tally. You know, there's always going to be more on it. You know, you always play. You see the stories of Mumbai. You see 5 championships each. You see RCB. We had an opener against them last year. It was a good game too. So
these CSK fans have not forgotten what happened at Chinnaswamy last season. By the way, he played for RCB as well.
Yeah, I remember.
Talking about CSK,
Well played.
an opportunity to be able to open the batting and start the tournament, open the batting. Has that been something you've looked forward to?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you don't quite know what to expect before you rock up, and obviously Flem's quite good with his comms and gives you that quite early, so it was nice to hear that. And I think also feel for the other guys who didn't play. I think we've got so much depth in our squad, especially this season, and you know, the likes of guys on the bench, the overseas, especially, you know, you got Jamie, you got Dev Conway, who's done so well for CSK in the past. So I mean, yeah, it's certainly not just me, but it's also the might of our squad and the strength of our squad. And we know we're a collective of 25 guys trying to, you know, win game by game and seeing where it takes us. So, I mean, that's the beauty, you know, in CSK, and hopefully we can keep it going.
I just want to ask you one question on, Ruturaj Gaikwad. That guy plays some authentic cricketing shots. He played some amazing shots, the inside-out sixer of jacks and all those things. So when you play with a guy like Rutu, how do you feel? You feel confident? You feel safe?
I mean, he's a guy who's
us really well played today, and have a great season.
No worries. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Let you get back to the rest of the Lions as well. Rachin Ravinda joining us on Amul Cricket Live. Let's have a look at what will be, who have been the It's going forward. It's also a battle he's going to have to consistently face.
See, that's right. See, what happens is I believe that he's trying to play the
bold in terms of by the spinners here at the Chepauk, something that was expected. How good does Noor Ahmed look in that yellow jersey?
I mean, Noor Ahmed was fantastic because I tell you what, the one he bowled for, what do you call, Suryakumar Yadav, man, that had dip.
And now it's like, you Chika sir, look at me, all the way over here, them inseparable, and I think that's
typical Kerala slang, you know. Kerala is a small state down south.
I know where Kerala is.
You know where Kerala is.
It's time for us to take a breather because there was another match today. Sunrisers Hyderabad back to their trend-setting ways. Almost, you know, a promotion in the batting order, but he certainly got a promotion in terms of leadership as well. It's a big one for Rishabh Pant because he plays in the test format when it comes a little bit here by the great Chika sir. There's just a few little trivias coming your way, but that is tomorrow. Today was a double header. It wasn't just the rivalry that we saw here, but Sunrisers Hyderabad just picking up from where they left off last season. Yet another record-breaking day for them. Ishan Kishan owning that orange jersey. As Hyderabad, just the combined the teams have only 5 scores of 250 plus amongst them. That's the might of Sunrisers Hyderabad. Facing the brunt of that was Rajasthan Royals, who also breached 240 plus and yet ended up being on the losing side. Let's hear for their captain, Rian Parag. We expect on Super Sunday. What an opening weekend it's been to the Indian Premier League, which we are really rebranding as the league where anything is possible. Gentlemen, thank you so much for keeping us company here. To Chennai boys, very happy with the result because why not? They extend their dominance over arch rivals Mumbai Indians. That's 4 consecutive victories over them. We're on our way out. Let's have a hearing in from Pat Cummins now. Sunrisers Hyderabad once again just showing us how things are run when it comes to setting trends. We'll have a look at that and we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30.